it's been about over 8 weeks now since I last went beach fishing due to unforeseen circumstances. So it's great to be back out. This is the first time I've actually been out on the beach rod. I've been out twice with my light rod, just fishing off the docks, and the first time I went out wasn't too bad, a few little small ballons. The second time I went out, I beat my personal best and had a huge ballon, 6 pound 14 ounces on the weight to measure scale, and oh yeah, that was awesome, like, you know. So anyway, I'm back out today, getting ready now for the winter. So I've put new line on my reels, new shock leaders, giving everything a good old service, which I haven't been fishing for the last few weeks. Started to search my crab pots again, and I'm getting peeler crabs. I went out yesterday and dug some lugworm. Even it's a bit sparse, but I managed to get some lugworm. So today it's just out over fishing over high tide. Big spring tide this weekend. So high tide is about 7 o'clock tonight. It's now what, 4 o'clock. So yeah, I'm just going to fish for 3 or 4 hours or so, just to get back into the things. So this time last year, the 16th of October, I had a nice codling, £4 or something like that, I can't remember, off this beach on the spring tide. So yeah, so you never know what could turn up. Well, I'm at Budley, as some of you might already know, what could actually turn up here. So I'm using peeler crab on one rod, and the lugworm on the other rod, and I'm using up and over rigs, put in maybe 1 or 2 if they're small enough, if they're small peeler crabs, on one hook, and on the other one probably about 5 or 6 lugworms. So I've got some nice big smelly baits, chucking them out there as far as I can, and see what happens. So my plan is to fish tonight. Big spring times, like I said, over the weekend, so I'm going to come back again probably on Sunday, fish the other end of the beach because I'm underneath the cliffs here at the moment, that's about at 9 o'clock, I think, big high spring tide, and see how we get on. But yeah, it's just good to get to be out again. So I've already baited up, I've already chucked out, so just sit back and enjoy the sunshine. I just wound in with my first cast, and just had a little whiting on the actual lugworm itself. So I don't mind catching whiting, but yeah, it's you know, a fish is a fish anyway. So there you go. So I think that's my first whiting of the year. So get him quickly unhooked and get him put back. See if we can get something a bit bigger. Right, so I had a small bite. Reeling in, and there was a bit of weight there, so I thought, oh, it's something decent, but fortunately it's a double hookup of dogfish. So that's 2 whiting I've had, 2 dogfish so far, still. At least I'm catching fish. Okay, I found the best way to unhook dogfish, or any sort of fish really, is by using one of these disgorgers. Place it over the line, over the hook, pull one end of the line, pull one end of the hook, push, give it a little flick. The fish come off, no problems. So a couple of dogfish, let's get them put back. Alright, I've just had another white in, so that's 3 white in and 2 dogfish so far. I did have on my left hand rod there a big pull down, and then I noticed it, quickly got up, went over to the rod, another pull down, then a slack line. Quick as I could, you know, trying to wind into it. Unfortunately, I missed it, so I'm not too sure what that was. But anyway, what I like to do here on these when I'm using the lugworm is sometimes the lugworm will slide down and mask the bottom hook. So what I do is I bring with me some frozen lug, and I'll double it up, a bit of bait elastic, and then that goes on last. So that means the bait elastic will keep the lugworm in place because it's over the eye and obviously onto the little bit of where the knot's been tied, so it'll stop it preventing down, and that means it won't mask my hook. I don't do it all the time, but because I don't buy frozen lug all the time, but it's just the way that I like to do it. Sometimes I might put a small peeler crab on there as well. But I'm getting it's easing off a bit now, and I'm getting a few little taps all the time, which is probably just little whiting, but I'm trying to leave it out there for a little bit longer. What's the time now? It's just gone 6 o'clock. So yeah, I'll give it another hour or so until it gets dark. Surprised there's no one else fishing down here. Maybe they're going to wait until Saturday night or something. But yeah, it's a big spring tide, so I can see it's shaped the gully, sort of the gully in here. I'm way back here, but I don't like to be too close to the cliffs. Well, another hour or so, so the water's going to come over the top of here. I'm going to be all right here. I wouldn't fish it if it was a lot choppier than this. Yeah, just getting another little tap on my left-hand rod there. So it's time to wind that one in and get another bait out there. All right, well it's 7:30 now. Just put out my last baits. Peeler crab on one, and last of my lugworm on the other rod. It's basically as soon as it's got dusk, it's pouting and white in the cast. Unfortunately, as soon as I cast out, especially with the lugworm, I can see the tap tap tap. So yeah, so that's all my bait gone. Still, you know, I'm catching fish. You know, I haven't fished for ages, and I'm down here, so whiting, pouting, and that double hook up of dogfish. So yeah, it's good, but it's all about that big fish though, isn't it? You know, that big cod or that big bass. But anyway, it's good to be out. So you know, unless I get anything interesting on this last cast, I'm going to be here for about another 10 minutes or so, and start packing up and come back out again, possibly Sunday night. See how I feel. And there's only a certain amount that I can fish at Budley before I get bored of it. But yeah, so it's great to be out fishing again. So I get it back out on Sunday, have a get together on putting the video together on YouTube, and yeah, we'll keep at it. Keep on fishing. I've got a few other things planned, you know, up the estuary, starting the season of flounder, try for some bass as well. For the forecast for the rest of the weekend ain't too bad. It's just next week, southwesterly coming in, so hopefully I'll be able to get out, but we'll see what happens. Well, on my last cast on the lugworm, just something different to finish the night off with. Just a nice little bass. So that's whiting, pouting, and a small little bass. Ain't bad, is it?